What's going on, Skyview? It is Christos, and it is Friday, May 5th, 2017, Cinco de Mayo today, and a very boring day in the markets. I don't know if that's the reason that the market is boring. I highly doubt it, but let's just take a look at the volume today. These are the volume bars at the bottom of my chart, and here's the volume for today. And if you look at the top there, about 16 million contracts have traded, just under 16 million contracts. A normal day is more like 100 million, So we are pretty much already halfway through the day, and we only got 16 million contracts traded. That's pretty pathetic. You can see really all the days this week. If you just keep looking in that volume area up there, 61 million, 73 million, 57, 66, 63, 57. So like really, really little volume going on this whole week. And today looks to be like the lowest of them all. If we go over here, you can see that we're over 100 million or around that 100 million mark on a lot of them, or at least closer to that 100 million mark. We can even check out the E-mini, the ES, and check out the volume on that, and you will see how light it has been. I think a normal volume day in the ES should be around like 1,000,005 or something like that. And you can see all of these if you're looking in that volume corner around that 1,000,005 mark, right? 1,000,005 mark, 2 million there. But then once we get a little bit closer, and we just check out this week, still looking at that volume, over 1 million, so not bad, but look at these under 1 million, right around 1 million, just under 1 million. Yesterday, or this is today with 500,000, so maybe we'll hit 1 million, even 1 million still kind of light as far as volume. So anyways, that's just kind of something I wanted to point out. We are looking to get a trade on today. And one thing that caught my eye is Facebook had their earnings a couple of days ago. If we just go over to Facebook, it was actually dropping pretty hard during their earnings, down around 5%, but rallied back, and the next day only finished down like 1% or maybe even less than that. But you can see we actually still have some decent IVR in here. The 12-month at 33, 6-month at 40, 3-month at 52. So definitely some decent IVR in there. I'm thinking that we get a trade on in here. Facebook is one of those underlyings that will trade pretty much every expiration cycle unless they have earnings within the cycle. But since we got their earnings out of the way a couple of days ago, I think it warrants putting on a trade in there. So let's go ahead and go over to the Analyze tab and see what we are working with. We'll just throw up Facebook. And we will, of course, be in this June cycle with 42 days left until expiration. So let's scroll down towards the at the monies and see what we got. And, I'm looking for around that 30 delta range, and that really brings us right here. We don't have much of a choice. It's either, I guess, this 145 or this 140 area. I'm going to just start out by shorting that, the 145, which is the 27 delta here. So I'll short that and then hold down my control key and just click on the ask $5 wide at that 140 mark. We really don't have much of a choice here. We can't trade smaller than 5 points wide because those are the only strikes we have available for here. So then if we go to the call side, we either have to go to the 30 delta here, which is 155, or I guess the 14 delta here, which is the 160 strike. Now, because we collected already 84 cents on that put side alone, I think we are good to go a little bit further out on the call side and go ahead and go to the 14 delta and short that. And then go 5 points wide, brings us to the 165 strike, and that would be at the 6 delta here, and do that. And to do that, we can collect a credit of 122, so pretty decent, right in my wheelhouse for those 5 point wide spreads. This skews it a little bit to the upside. You can see our deltas on it, 5 deltas, so It's just a matter of which way do you want to skew it personally. We can go ahead and create another trade where we go to the 30 delta for the call side and then go 5 points wide from there, brings us to 160. And then on the put side, instead of going to the 145 to short, we can go ahead and go to the 140 to short and then go to the 135. And then if we kind of compare these two down here, let me just make this much larger so we can see what we're working with. If we compare the two, see this one has the negative delta and this one has the positive delta. So it's just a matter of which way do you want to be skewed a little bit personally. And for me, I don't know, I look at a chart like Facebook and all I see is bright skies, right? So it's kind of tough to short a superstar stock like this. It's kind of like shorting Tesla. You know, you kind of don't want to be shorting Tesla and Elon Musk. At least that's just my personal opinion. But look at the short sellers actually gotten paid over the last few days. They announced their earnings. That's right. They announced their earnings the other day, and it kind of made a stumble in the stock price. But it looks like it's recovering today, up around 3.3% there. But anyways, just making the point that sometimes these stocks can move, and sure, the short sellers got paid finally, but you know, look how long it took for them to get paid. So just some of these stocks right now are just kind of tough to short. Facebook is one of them. As you can see, it's just been a superstar. So my personal preference, I guess I'd rather skew it to the bullish side rather than the bearish side here. But does it make a huge difference on which one you pick? Not really, right? Remember, this is a largely neutral trade. So if we just go back to the Analyze tab and I take a look at this one, this is the one with the bullish deltas. We'd be short the 145 and short the 160. So just to get an idea of what that looks like, the 160 is about right here and the 145 is around right here. So I kind of like the look of that. I am going to go ahead and just go and route this order now, and then we can draw on the price slices on the chart while it's working if we're not filled immediately. So I will confirm and send, and you guys know I like to always edit it just so I can see what the spread is between the nat price and the mid price. You can see Facebook very liquid underlying, only a 2-cent spread. We're going to go in, of course, right at that mid price, send her off, see if my volume's on, and hope to get a bring. No bring. All right, well, that is quite all right. Why don't we go back to the chart and just start drawing in our price slices. And of course, if you want to skip this, I have a little pop-up popping up here. Tells you where to fast forward to. Try to do this quick. 160. And on the put side here, it would be the 145. Edit the properties here. And then 5 points wide from 145 brings us to 140. Edit the properties here. Change the style. And 5 points up from the 160 brings us to 165. So I'll just throw that in there and then edit the properties. Change the style. And that is what we're working with. So if I just go a little further back so we can see that 165. Come on. There it is. So this is our order. I know it's kind of in the middle, kind of clogging up the space here, but basically our max profit is anywhere in this zone from 160 to 145, and our max loss would be anything above 165 and anything below 140. So we have not been filled on the trade yet. Let's just go back to our monitor tab, check out our working orders. And it looks like we're kind of still at the mid price. Here's our limit order of 121, and the mark is showing the mid price. The mark is always showing the mid price. So still not filled there. We could wait, but because this is a live trade video, oh, it looks like the mark just went to 122. Maybe we can get a fill. Nope, bouncing around. Let's just try to wait here for a second. See if we can get a fill. Nothing yet. Pretty confident we'd be filled around 120 if I went in right there. Might as well give it a shot. Going at 120. Probably going to get the fill here. Come on. Nothing, huh? Darn it, Facebook. Making me chase you around. Well, we'll cancel replace because we do want the fill. The position is more important to us than the couple of cents. And you can see the NAT price now moving down, right? It was just at 119, now it's 118. So remember, guys, we fight with the spreads the same way you guys do. It's no magic to it. We don't have the market maker's phone number. We cannot call them up and tell them to fill us on our spreads. We just have to fight with them the same way the rest of the traders in the world fight with them. So going down one more brings us down to 119. And that would be right at the natural price. So why don't we go ahead and give that a try maybe. Unless there's anything else I can talk with you guys about to waste some time while we wait for this order to fill. But let's go ahead and try to get this filled at 119 now. Now, it might not be, there we go, we're filled at 119. Now, on these very liquid, tight spreads, it might not be the worst idea just to sit there at the price somewhere between the mid and the natural price, kind of forget about it for 20 minutes or so, and then come back to it if you need to. But for our purposes, we're just trying to get the fill, especially because this is a live trade video, and we can see it right over here. So we're in Facebook. That iron condor, you can see we made some money year to date in Facebook. So we just keep going back to the same tickers, the same type of strategies month in and month out, rinsing and repeating. You guys know exactly what we're looking for, and you guys know exactly our management style. Just managing them early, taking our profits off the table, ringing the register, and being patient with the losers that we do have around. So that's about it, guys. Not much else to say about this one. Remember, I think another second round or something like that of the French elections on Sunday. So hopefully causes a little bit of volatility in the market. That would be great. And we get some volume back, because right now the volume is pretty pathetic in here. This whole week we've gone absolutely nowhere. You can see that very easily on the chart. We've literally just gone nowhere, sideways this whole week. So it's alright, it's cool and everything, but you know, with the volume really low, it just kind of stinks. You know, there's not much to do, but we do have to find ways to remain active, and we've done a pretty good job of that, especially since we're in that 45-day range, give or take, which is kind of our sweet spot where we want to be bulking up our position count. So that's about it, guys. Not much else to say. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something from this, and until the next video, take care.